It lies in the heart of Mid-Ulster, just down from the lochside it stands. It's a village in townland in Derry, and it's set in such beautiful lands. To its west rise the mountains of Spurn, and the loch lies just to the east. It's my birthplace and land of my raising. In my mind such great memories release. Ballyrunnan, the village in question, a lovely wee place on the map. Such a haven for kids to grow up in, so I'm happy to give it a rap. I loved every moment I lived there. It offered what I needed most, my mum, dad, grandpa and sister. To them I offer my toast. I first started school in the village and was taught by Miss Clark and Miss Scott in an old-fashioned classroom still standing, but a school is no longer its lot. I remember we sang at an organ, with the teacher pedalling like mad. Old folk songs, both Irish and English, was the only music we had. Having short arms was my great misfortune, and fighting would oft see me seethe. My nemesis, short but with long arms, was a young lad named Reuben Dunseith. No matter how squarely I faced him, no matter how often I tried, he'd beat me to pulp in an instant, and from him I never could hide. But my lot was to move on to Rainey, so catching the bus was the go, and early each day I'd be off then with my bag, books and chattels in tow. I was never the brightest of students, but managed to bluff my way through, and after the years had transitioned, I came out wondering what I should do. In the meantime I found I had learned things the Rainey endowed never taught. I learned about girls' grog and dance bands, and with danger, how each one was fraught. I travelled the length of the country, went to college I should have been going. It was fun at the time, and thank God not a crime, but my study was definitely slowing. I found Mary's Bar and settled in there by the fireplace on Saturday nights, and after a while to Balahi we'd trawl in search of the girls and the lights. At the old Orange Hall, to the Cossacks and all, we'd dance with those girls who could charm, till the end of the night, then consider our plight. Home alone yet again was the norm. The same could be said of more places, Ballymena, Portrush and Belfast. There was Drogheda, Dublin and Galway, but our nightlife just wasn't to last. Time passed, we developed, and somehow what we did prior to this didn't hold. New things filled our brains, our lives seemed to change. It's a process just called growing old. But as I look back on the passing of time, there isn't a thing I would spurn. The failures I've had have not been so bad, and there's many a lesson I've learnt. So when all's said and done, what started back then, in a pub in old Ballyrunnan, has taken me far, with not even a scar, so I guess there's no point in moaning.